Take a minute, boy. Oh. Hi, Arthur. Well, we're back.
That was some coming home party.
We need to get out of here. I'll speak to Dutch.
As you can probably see, what I'm doing right now is actually switching the saddle from the free horse that we named Boadicea right here onto the horse that we got with the last mission to go to camp. I'm actually just going to go and sell this horse in particular in Valentine and switch saddles and also get shaven, and I'm going to switch my hair back to normal. I'm not going to do these shaved sides anymore. I'm just going to go back to regular old Arthur. I like the look. I'm going to stick with that look for the remainder of the game for the most part, you know? But we will be heading to Valentine to do all that, because if we go into Saint Denis, we will start a mission there, and I'm trying to avoid that.
Yep.
First things first, let's sell this horse. And then switch saddles.
Howdy. Can I help you with your horse? I'm afraid we just don't have any space right now.
I don't either, dude. Well, that's annoying. I'm trying... Hold on, maybe if I keep it away from the stable, it'll let me actually sell this one. Semantics. It all gets annoying after a while, you know?
Remember me, boy?
I'm sorry, man. I hate to keep you away like this, but I'm just trying to get the new horses upcoming, you know?
Get in quick, folks, before I eat all these chops myself. Hello. How's that horse doing?
The horses? Okay, cool.
We're on a free livery space at the moment.
Saddle this one up.
Done for you.
Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry, I just had the saddle up Goldie. We'll sell this one for dirt cheap. We would get bonded with it now if I didn't find it earlier, but we ended up doing that, so it all works out. And then I wanted to change the saddle to, I believe,
Good saddle will go a
the
real
Cougar.
long way. Trust me.
This one. Interesting. All right, but let's saddlebags. Let's actually pick a different color.
You can't have too much with you out in the wilderness.
Maybe that one. I'd like to be able to get a different color or something, you know? But this one just fits everything so well. Maybe... Let's do this one.
Excellent choice, sir. Real fine saddles here.
And then the bedroll.
It's better to equip yourself and not need it than the other way around.
Try and pick which one I want. I do a different one every time. So this one's not too bad. It's kind of, it matches the color of the saddlebags.
Horses are friendlier than people.
Yeah, charcoal.
They make the most loyal
We'll do that.
friends.
It doesn't look as good as the other two, but I kind of like that look. All right. Now we're going to work on Goldie until, if we get the other two horses that are supposed to unlock before the end of the game, we'll focus on those two instead of Goldie here and get those done because they're not as good as Goldie or Foxy that we have already.
You will, Ben?
But, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of guiding because, like, we are getting close to the end of the main game. So we'll probably get very little time with all these horses, honestly. Yeah, it looks like I need to feed you. Here, have something to eat. Let's see what I can do.
Hello there.
Cut my hair, please. And I want my regular hair back. I don't want the faded sides. I feel like since we've come back, our hair should be grown out by now. So we're just gonna go back to the regular right parted. Like Arthur would have. It would be grown out. He wouldn't be upkeeping it anymore. He's just back to his regular old stuff again.
This here's a cut for a stand no nonsense man.
Thank you. Now facial hair. I'm just gonna trim this down to level 2 until we finish the rest of chapter 5. What I consider chapter 5, and then probably for chapter 6 we'll just stick with the iconic level 3 beard that we start with in the game. Everything comes back to where we began, and then, you know, that kind of situation. I was debating on whether having nothing or the level 3 beard, but I think the level 3 beard is very iconic to Arthur at the end of the day, so I think I'm going to end with that. So we'll just do level 2 for now. We just got from the seas. We're a bit, like, we had a bit of a beard and stuff, and now we've actually gotten the chance to shave for once, so. But we had to be very quick about it. That's how I look at it. All right. Ooh, that's another thing. We have to buy the newspaper since we came back. I'm gonna save, actually. We've made some progress. I want to save and make sure we got it. Let me see. I'm just checking what else I have there to do that would be important for us to do right now, or good for us to do right now other than those basic things. I think we're not going to hunt for the bull gator yet. That's on our list. We're going to actually do one more story mission, one stranger mission chain, and then we'll hunt the bull gator and then continue the finished chapter 5. You know. So, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I just am making sure I got this all correct. Let us go down to Rhodes to buy the newspaper down there. I'd rather have it be from Saint Denis, as if we came into Saint Denis, and then we will read the journal entries we got from the past. Pretty much 90% of chapter 5 while we were in Guarma. We're going to read all the entries we have from there, see the drawings of the animals we got there. It's going to be all over the place because you really can't plan for it that way unless you know exactly what each and every one does in the journal. This is like one of those exceptions I make for the journal because I don't really know what they add. I think they each add like half a page, and one of them adds a page. I think I figured it out in the end, but really, I kind of don't care what order I get them in, if I'm being completely honest. Because when it comes to Chapter 5, it's just all over the place in general. I think as long as the drawings are next to each other, you know, then I'm pretty cool with that for the most part. I don't try to make a big deal out of it when it comes to Chapter 5, because, like, we're already at the end of the game, we're finishing stuff up, all that sorts of stuff. If I'm correct, I think, Chapter 6 and Chapter 5, you will see facial hair and just regular hair grow a lot faster in general. That's just kind of how it is, I think. Because I think at this point in the game's timeline, we're like months from when we first had our facial hair. So the game is like speeding up the process. But I could be wrong about that. I've heard conflicting reports when it comes to beard growth. I just know that like it locks off at a certain point. It might just feel like it actually grows because it grows faster because it's actually letting it grow past a certain stage, you know? That might be it. All right, let's buy this newspaper and get to a good spot to read it.
Want a paper?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
See you for the next one. Extra, read all about it.
Won't take long.
Obviously, we'll feed you as well.
Here, eat some of this. Here.
Well now, the absent traveler returns. Now, how can I ease your troubles?
Can I get a room, please?
Farewell now.
All right, first things first. I just wanted to change a couple of the talismans I have to be... I think I wanted to get rid of this one for once. I think I want to keep the Ravenclaw. I'll wear the Bortux later, but I'd like to wear the Bison Horn for this. All right. So let's go ahead and actually read the newspaper first. Saint Denis robbers still on the run. Money could be buried. Dead still unclaimed. Sheriff searching for Boodle. The funeral flowers have wilted, the widows long since forgotten, but none will forget the audacious robbery at the Lemoyne National Banks a few weeks back. It not only ended the lives of those shot defending justice, it ruined many lives of those who saved their money for months and years, only to have it taken by a murderous band of thieves. The Vanderlyn gang woke that bloody morning thinking they were having an easy target of the bank, until they were surprised by Pinkerton agents who put up a good fight, killing 2 members of the gang. 19-year-old Lenny Summers and Hosea Matthews, believed to be approximately 55, were reportedly both killed, but the bodies were never found in the cleanup, which took a number of days. Mr. Matthews was a wanted man in at least 6 different states. A further gang member was arrested and awaits trial. The rest of the gang escaped and remains at large. Some think they may have fled the country. Leader of Guarma assassinated, Alberto Fusar dead, beloved leader cut down, great sorrow and scenes of rage in Guarma. The horrifying assassination of the governor of the island of Guarma has caused the most intensive excitement on many of the islands in the Spanish West Indies. Reports conflict as to the details of his demise, though early assumptions are that it was part of an attempted coup. Business leaders in the United States speak warmly of Mr. Fusar as a kind and effective leader who brought peace and prosperity to the region, supported workers' rights, and took a particular interest in the lot of women on the island. American businesses have done a great deal of trade with him in sugar and saw him as a progressive leader and humanitarian. It was initially believed that the murder was led by a revolt of the plantation workers who processed the sugar. However, reports have begun to reach the mainland that several white men were involved in the assassination, and some are blaming a band band of socialist insurrectionists who are believed to have been causing discontent across the region. These were dismissed by some locals who say tensions have grown in recent years, working conditions deteriorated, as American importers insisted on lower prices for sugar. Stagecoach missing. Road agents feared due in Annesburg days ago. A stagecoach and 5 passengers are missing, and friends and family of those journeying on it, are fearing the worst. Each day, Etta Beckley expected word that her daughter Meredith had arrived from Saint Denis. Yet when she asked at the stagecoach stop, no word had arrived. Multiple coaches came and departed after its scheduled terminus, and none had word of, nor had seen or heard anything about the missing vehicle. It seems as if the coach has simply vanished into thin air. It was carrying a man, 2 women, including Buckley's daughter and a 5-year-old boy. If indeed her daughter is dead, it will be a terrible blow for Miss Buckley, who has sought treatment from the doctor for hysteria and is holding court in her parlor under sedation from a pharmacist's tonic. Just 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something real quick. Alright, yeah, that's the one we're on. Sorry. Had to check something real quick. Cornwall Army contract. Supplies to ship by rail. Exclusive deal will save costs. The Cornwall Railroad contract, currently in negotiations, is being hailed as a much-needed boost to both the military and rural communities. Once signed, citizens and soldiers in outposts far and wide can expect on-time supplies and, more importantly, payroll that shows up in a timely manner rather than a week or 2 late, which can hamstring families' abilities to purchase basic necessities. Supporters of the Cornwall Plan, there is no way... Sorry, I think I'm reading that wrong. Supporters of the Cornwall Plan hope there is no way for the government to back out of it. Many have long waited for a reliable means of transporting goods and money with the outside world. This is especially true in places where roads are unfavorable or road agents are lurking to rob the payroll for the soldiers and government men who will serve so dutifully. Industrialist Leviticus Cornwall's involvement in expansion plans are certainly encouraging news. Annesburg mine accident. A habit at the mine. Workers call for higher pay. Owner says mine unprofitable. It appears from dispatches that workers at the coal mine in the town of Annesburg are asking for 20 cents on the ton over the cost of mining it. Workers say decent wages should be paid to the men who toiled to mine the coal. Controversial mine owner Archibald Jameson has long argued that the mine is easily worked as there are immense stores of clear coal at very shallow depths. He says based on national market conditions, he and other mine owners in the country have made almost nothing in profit for 4 years, in spite of substantial outlays. A common gripe of the workers is that conditions at the Annesburg mine are exceedingly dangerous and that Jameson is a carpetbagger who moved to the area and has long been exploiting the land and people. Jameson has stated repeatedly that he is one of the largest, most generous employers in the area and that workers' organizations have always been responsible for their own safety measures. Huh. Warnings of Roanoke Ridge. Travelers said to disappear, especially women and children. Reclusive cave dwellers is suspected. Travelers in the wild country west of Annesburg are nervous. Recently, some have been warned to avoid the area entirely. Authorities are still seeking information into the disappearance of Agnes Henshaw and her 2 sons last month. Their wagon was found looted and there was evidence of a struggle. Rumors persist that Roanoke Ridge has been taken over by criminals who live in caves like primitive peoples, only emerging to rob and kidnap travelers. Those that have escaped their clutches say they have seen evidence of examples of cannibalism and that the Mumphrey brood, as they are called, are said to subsist on huckleberries and the flesh of young women and children. Others say they are the fantasies and fairy tales of people too often consumed with pulp novels and that the criminal element in the area are like any other ne'er-do-wells. Regardless, locals will not travel to the cave regions any longer and commerce has suffered as a result. The sad story of Otis Miller Jr., son of famous outlaw finally set free. Around many a family piano and campfire, they sing of the famous song. Otis Miller was a lad that killed many a man. He robbed the Lannahechee train, but that cowardly killer that shot Mr. Miller had laid old Otis in his grave. Otis Miller Jr. was only 6 years old at the time his outlaw father was killed by a fellow outlaw. He then grew up to find himself arrested last year for the holdup and dynamiting of a Pacific Rail Union train. At the time of his arrest, he was working on a cigar stand in the corridors of the courthouse where he would be tried. After a train carriage was dynamited, a suspect wrote a full confession implicating Mr. Miller Jr. as the leader of the gang, firmly believing that the officials would no doubt assume the son had taken after his father. However, after several months in prison, it was found that the confession was fabricated, and Mr. Miller was set free. The elder Miller was once the most famous bandit in the world, having it in 1866 perform the last hold-up and robbery of a train. My cow strayed from my home not 2 weeks ago. 3 cows, one a black cow with horns sawed and tag in one ear, the other 2 tan and white spots. All 3 are very good milkers and ran off during an electrical storm. Information as to the whereabouts will be graciously received, and a very generous and thoughtful reward tendered. T.K. Lenningham. New Railroad competed, a great project, our manifest destiny. We've seen this one before. The Art of Angling by Jeremy Gill. Long-Nose Gar. One recent evening, while lining the larder with an impressive catch of long-nosed gar caught in Lemoyne, I noted that my bounty had astonished the neighbor and indeed his wife, who looked on with envy and sense of remorse at what could have been. Her dullard husband is subjugated to smashing rocks at a quarry or some other life of remorseless toil in a factory or office, while I, the man she insanely rejected, am an international celebrity and world-leading expert in his field. For most intelligent women, fishing is indeed the greatest aphrodisiac. While fishing in the South America, entire villages were known to throw themselves at me, man, woman, and beast, which, believe me, could create remarkable confusions and contortions. I had traveled there to catch gar, a fantastic creature that responds well to lures and likes overcast conditions. Try your luck, you might catch a wife. This guy just goes on about how he's like, oh man, I'm so amazing. He cannot help himself. Let's read the journal. We got a lot to read, actually. Went to teach Angelo Bronte a lesson. Taught him something, I guess. Taught him alligators have a nasty way about them. Dutch is torn between his dreams of escape and need to prove something or other. I don't quite know what. Not sure he does. Wants us to make us one last big haul of cash, then flee for Tahiti. Retire and become farmers. Where the hell is Tahiti? I guess they don't have Pinkertons there, at least. All them years we dreamed of being ranchers out in virgin lands in the West. Now it's bananas and coconuts and long boat rides. Guess anywhere the train can get to. The law can get to. Dutch probably has it right. The country really don't want folk like us no more. From ocean to ocean, place is going to law-abiding and decent, dulled and rigid until folks have frozen themselves into nothingness. The people in the city are worse and more desperate than the nastiest gunslinger I ever met. They shoot you in the back and make you pay for your own funeral. They throw shit on you for sport. They walk past the last and starving like they can't see them. Keep feeling sick, but I'm sure it's nothing. This damn swamp ain't natural. Adio Bronte. And then here are the animals that we found there. I think this one would be the yellow and blue macaw and green macaw. I think the first snake we got was the rainbow snake, sunglow snake. And this was the red macaw, redfoot booby. And it looks like all the Guarma snakes are all one. So I guess if you realistically wanted to, like, get it perfect, I guess. If you really wanted to. Which, to me, it doesn't really make much of a difference right now. Get at least one of the snakes. And then make sure you get the red-footed booby first. And save the red macaw for last. But honestly, here's what's going to happen if you do that, though. Right? So even if we say we filled in that spot, the red macaw would take up one page, and there would be an open page because the next thing would be this entry. So in the end, this ends up looking better, in my honest opinion. So, yeah, I think that worked out pretty well. So we got a drawing of the Gatling gun we used. Shady Bell, Hosea T. Or not Lenny T. It's not T, it's Cross. My lord, what a goddamn mess. Everything. The bank job was planned so hard was a goddamn setup. Hosea got himself killed. Lenny got shot in the head. Marcy got himself arrested and is awaiting trial. We fled, left on a ship, sailed into a storm. The ship sank. Whole thing like a dream, like a fool's nightmare. I survived that and being lost at sea. And got washed ashore on an island called Guarma. Whatever Tahiti is like, I hope it ain't nothing like Guarma. Some nasty bastard named Fusar had the people by the throat, and we ended up in a fight with a goddamn army. Javier nearly died. I nearly got killed. Met some real decent folk. Brave folk living in a land of hell. We got a boat out there, just about, after some real nasty fighting. Don't think I met many folk deserve killing more than that piece of shit Fusar. Upon returning, found the folk again. At least them of us ain't dead. But within a few hours, the Pinkertons had found all of us. Old Agent Milton wants us all dead, and yet somehow we survived, and we're now planning another escape. Not sure what happens next. Whole thing has been hard on all of us. Most of all on Dutch, who seems half crazed by all we've gone through. H. Cross, I think, for Hosea. Man, what a ride. You know? We're gonna save. Again. Look, we've jumped up so many percentages in completion now that we're actually continuing the story. I'm so sorry we were stuck at 60 for so long. That's just a part of it. And we're gonna go right into the next mission. So we're just gonna go right to Dutch's. And even though it's gonna say Chapter 6, I'm still treating it like Chapter 5 for me personally. Because the missions we're gonna do next would have unlocked in Chapter 5.
Let's go, girl.
What a horse! Morning.
Morning. Take it easy. There you go, girl. Starting to wish we'd stayed on Guarma.
I didn't lead them here, Morgan. I swear it.
It don't matter either way. Anyway, I'll leave you to it.
All right.
You bearing up okay?
Not the best.
Good to see you again.
What do we do now?
Clearly, we need to move. I'll speak to Dutch. Okay. Guess I'll see you later then.
Well, sure.
Good to see you again, Karen. Where's Molly, by the way?
Nobody's seen her in ages. Good riddance, I say.
Huh. Okay. Reverend, it's good to see you again.
You too. But this is a mess. A real mess.
I know. Well, try to keep your head straight.
Here we are. Living the dream.
Good to see you again, Mr. Strauss.
But under what circumstances?
I know. Well, don't give up on everything just yet.
Yeah.
Some reunion, huh?
Well, at least you're alive. So what now?
We got a couple of days to work that out. Okay. Guess I'll leave you to it then.
All right.
It's good to see you again, despite the circumstances.
You too. But what do we do now?
We need to move. Soon as possible. We've got a couple of days. You okay, Abigail?
What are we gonna do? We can't stay here.
I know. I'll speak to Dutch.
Alright, I just wanted to talk to a few people and see what they had to say. And Molly's not around.
You okay, boy?
Aw, Kane. Good boy. I just had to pet him.
Mr. Morgan.
Alright, let's go.
White to D4. Black to F5. White to G3. Knight to F6. Bishop to G2. Black to G6. Knight to F3. White to D4. You okay there?
Working it all out. Once and for all, Arthur.
What now?
We're back, and I'm sitting here, and I am contemplating the great journey of the sun and considering a famous chess move. Those oily enactors of a mediocre justice, the Pinkertons, and their benefactor, the depressing millionaire Leviticus Cornwall, they want us, Arthur. They want us. And they are going to have us.
Maybe they ain't the problem.
Meaning?
I don't know. It's just, well, I can't help but feel we would have been better running off someplace else.
But the game ain't over, Arthur. I mean, I ain't played my final move, but
I guess I'm more interested in saving lives than winning at chess.
and maybe life ain't such a thing to cling on to so tightly.
No doubt. What about the women?
You sound like Hosea. I miss him.
I asked you a question.
What do you think?
We can't stay here. That much is obvious. Where are we gonna run to? I mean, they chased us from the west. They chased us over the mountains. They ran us into the sea.
Arthur, do you have my back?
Always, Dutch. But there's more than your back to worry about. We need more money. We've been on the run for months now, and I seen you killing folk in cold blood like you always told me not to. And I'm sorry, but I can't help but think that if we
There is country in Roanoke Ridge past Butcher Creek I believe we could hold.
Okay.
You and Charles, you could take folks up that way. Micah and I need to do some reconnaissance. I ain't got a final plan yet. Arthur, I ain't got it. I just need time. I need time and no traitors.
Charles, will you ride with me?
Always.
Miss Roberts?
Where are we headed?
Up past Butcher Creek.
It's Murphy Brute country.
That's why I'm asking you to ride with me.
I understand. What are we doing there?
We're looking for a place to hole up. Even the law won't follow us up there too willingly.
Yeah. I did some scouting up there while you boys were away.
And?
You'll see. I know the way. Follow me.
We need to get this done fast. The Pinkertons will have reinforced in another day or two.
Yeah. The sooner we get out of here, the better. It's quite a ride up there. I saw some canoes near the bridge upriver, which would take us right up to Butcher Creek. Might be quicker. What do you think?
Yeah, a boat's probably a good idea.
Okay, good.
It's good to see you again, Charles.
You too.
Thanks for what you did in Saint Denis. Real brave drawing them off us like that. I was worried you and Abigail had both got yourselves killed.
I found a spot to lie low for a while, then managed to get a ride with a wagon of workers heading out to the fields. Abigail said she somehow managed to slip away when they grabbed Hosea.
You did good getting the others out of there. Keeping everyone together.
Everybody was pretty shaken up when I got back to Shady Belle. It was a tough few days. I couldn't have done it without Sadie.
So how did you find that spot back there? I assume the skulls on sticks weren't an addition of yours.
Old Strauss knew about it. The locals are terrified of the place, so we figured that might buy us some time. And it did. Until one of you brought the law with you. Where did you end up again? Cuba?
Oh, not exactly. An island off of there called Guarma. Landed ourselves in a heap of trouble.
Really? A tropical island? Isn't that just what Dutch wanted?
I guess it didn't exactly live up to his ideals. Anyway, I ain't always sure Dutch knows what he wants anymore.
Perhaps not. But he's always managed to figure things out in the past.
I know. You're right. Just... It's been... Guess I just miss Hosea and his wisdom, you know?
Of course. There's the bridge. There should be some canoes down to the right here. Whoa! Well, I see one anyway. That'll do. Come on! Okay, Butcher Creek is a few miles upriver. So I spent some time up this way while you were gone. I ran into Rains Fall and the Eagle Flies. The Indians? And I've been trying to help out a bit where I can at the reservation. Things are bad there.
That's not a surprise. They seem to be in a lot of trouble and heading into more.
Some men there spoke a lot about the Murphy gang that hides out in these caves. We're gonna need to be careful. They're animals. Everyone is terrified of them.
Great! Dutch didn't mention this.
Well, hiding up here is not a crazy idea. This is a spot nobody comes near, even the law. But just be ready. It won't be pretty.
So be it.
That's Butcher Creek up ahead.
Who are they?
The locals.
They don't look too friendly.
Wait till you meet the Murphys. All right, let's walk it from here. Good evening.
These Murphy Hills, stranger. Might watch where you wander.
It's a bit of a walk. We could grab those horses if you want. Probably won't miss them if we get them back by morning.
Okay. You can see why folks don't want to come around here. Ain't exactly a welcoming place.
Lots of stories of people going missing around these parts. Just recently, a stagecoach from Annisburg disappeared without a trace coming through here.
Guess that's good for us. Assuming these inbred bastards are willing to part with their home, which I'm sure they won't be too pleased about.
No. But I believe they hide out all over Roanoke Ridge. These caves are just one of their spots. Which is why we should keep it down. They might have lookouts around.
Okay.
You see that up ahead? Slow down, keep it quiet. It could be some of them. I say we dismount here and follow them on foot. See where they're going. Follow me, stay quiet. Come on, let's get closer to them. Come on, up this way.
Already, for Christ's sake? Oh, why don't you carry the body for a bit, huh? Why do I always gotta do the carrying?
Definitely Murphy's. I say we deal with them from here. You take one. I'll take the other.
You're a son of a bitch, you know that?
What are you waiting for? Good job. Let's go, Arthur. We must be close now. Let's stop and have a look from the top of this hill there.
Okay. Let's see what's going on.
That's the stagecoach went missing.
Jesus. They must be in the cave. All right. Let's get on with this.
Okay. What you think? We can head into the cave or flush them out with dynamite?
Let's surprise them in there.
Okay. Let's get a little closer. Ready? Let's get this over with. You see that? Someone's coming out of the cave. I'll keep watch. You deal with that one in the entrance. Quietly. Are you dealing with him? Now keep moving. one? Okay, let's move.
Ah, shit. That was an accident.
Someone's down there. She's alive.
That was a total accident. It's fine though. I think we want to be careful. These guys have machetes, so.
You were wrong about these crazy sons of bitches. Charles, you see any more?
Not for now. Come on. Let's get that poor girl out of the cage.
Let me just loot a couple more bodies. All right, that's all I want to do. There's actually one in particular I want to loot. Okay, I swear. I'm just curious if I am correct about something. I know it's kind of going off the beaten path. Can we loot his victim's body? I think there's like one letter I missed about the Mumphrey Brood, and I think it's from a victim of theirs. Those are the only victims I know that are in here. It's supposed to be a note from a victim. I don't know if like I got all of them or not, to be completely honest. I don't think I have, but oh well. I've checked the bodies that I can see. Really, so why don't we go ahead and just continue on.
It's okay. It's okay. Shh. You're safe. It's okay. Come on. It's time to go. It's okay. Okay. Let's go. Where are you from?
Annesburg.
What do we do with her?
Take her there and I'll go get the others.
Sure. Miss, you okay to ride on my horse a little? I'll keep you safe. Annesburg, right?
Yes. They
It's okay, miss.
the others, they killed them.
You're safe now. Just try to breathe.
They're animals.
I know. all right, miss.
Why would they?
Some folks is just evil. Ain't no point trying to explain it.
I haven't slept in days.
I know. What's your name, miss? It's okay.
Meredith.
You're gonna be home soon, Meredith. And this'll all be over.
Thank you.
Where in Annesburg?
One of the mining cottages. If you get me to the main street, I can show you from there.
Okay. Just try to relax now. Yeah.
Just head for the main street. It'll be easier to walk from there.
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Thank God.
Which place is yours?
Up at the top of the hill. It's near the blacksmith.
Come on now.
Ma! Ma! Meredith! She's alive! Oh, she's alive!
You saw some pretty bad things, I'm afraid, man. Murphy Brood got it.
Oh, my darling. How did you manage
I
to?
just ran into them and found her.
Oh, thank you. Here, let me give you this.
Oh, that's okay, man. You just keep her warm and keep her safe. Mrs. Downs?
Oh, no. You leave me alone. You just leave me alone.
Thanks, buddy.
How you get on?
Okay. Found a girl. Took her home.
Oh.
You and Micah find anything?
Maybe. I think maybe. I found our old friend, Mr. Cornwall.
You did?
Yeah, he's buying a stake in the mine in Annesburg.
Relentlessly ambitious fella, isn't he?
Mike and I'll sniff about, see if he knows we're here, and exactly what his plans are.
So, Dutch, did you miss me?
I found her drunk in Saint Denis.
You're back. How jolly, Miss O'Shea.
It's funny, you sack of shit.
Back
Who are
and
you?
drunk.
The Master, the Lord
Molly,
God Almighty.
calm down.
I won't be ignored. Dutch Vanderlyn, I am him. I ain't her. Or any of your stooges.
Calm
You
yourself.
don't owe me nothing.
Miss.
I don't owe you nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
I'll spit in your eye. I did. I told them.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I told them, and I tell them again. Now I've got God's ear.
You told who what?
Mr. Milton and Mr. Ross about the bank robbery, and I wanted them to kill you.
You did what?
I loved you, you goddamn bastard! Go on, shoot me!
Crazy. She ain't worth it.
You told on me.
Oh, you're
You
not so
betrayed
big now,
me.
are you?
What?
Just calm down.
Arthur,
She's a fool. Get her out of here.
you know the rules.
You're not so big now. Are we, Your Majesty?
You...
Damn!
She knew the rules, Arthur. What the hell is wrong with you? Mr. Pearson, Mr. Williamson, get this body out of here and get it burnt.
Okay.
Now get back to work, all of you! Quit your lollygagging!
Right.
Get back to work!
You're a nasty woman, Miss Crenshaw. A nasty woman. You think I wanted to shoot her? You seem to like it. I saw that beady look in your eye. You're drunk again, and you're a fucking murderer. She broke the rules. She did no such thing. She was in love. You sour-faced old crone. Goddamn you, murderer! Murderer!
She's in a bad way. She don't know what she's saying.
This is hitting everyone hard, in different ways.
I don't know. Okay. Guess I'll see you later then.
If you haven't caught on that, you know, everything's going to shit, I think now is the moment you'd figure that out. I'm laughing through the pain. Another person of the gang is dead. And that's awful.
So you think Dutch has lost his mind, Arthur?
I don't know anymore. I'm not sure I even care.
Well, Micah says you've been saying crazy things about him.
Micah. Keep an eye out for Micah, Bill. He says a whole lot. Well, don't give up on everything just yet.
Okay, Arthur.
Long day ahead.
Hey, Arthur.
How you doing?
Poor Molly. I don't believe it.
She knew the rules. It'll be okay, Strauss.
Okay. They caught Molly. And look at this place.
Hi.
You okay, Tilly?
Molly got what she deserved. Nearly got us all killed.
Yep. She knew the rules. Anyway, I'll leave you to it.
Don't know what to do with myself around here.
You okay, Reverend?
Yes. I will say a prayer for Miss O'Shea.
Say a prayer for all of us. Well, try to keep your head straight.
Be well.
You okay? About, Ollie and everything?
If she ratted on us, what could he do but look at this place?
No. Just hang in there for now. Things are gonna be okay, Jack.
Can I go play in the caves?
No. It ain't safe in there.
Absolutely frickin' not.